This is the Steve Gruber Show.
Well, it sure is. I'm glad to have you along for the conversation. Thank you for being here on a beautiful Monday in October. It's just terrific. Fighting for you from the foxhole of freedom every single day. It's what we do here. Three big things you need to know this hour. Number one, you don't have to go home, but you cannot stay unlimited at Michigan rest areas. That's a new MDOT rule. That's what it's aimed at. Number two, anti-ICE protesters descend on the lawn of a Michigan lawmaker going after her. We'll tell you what that is all about. And number three, would Donald Trump run for president again? No, he wouldn't. But would he run for vice president? No, I don't think he'd do that either. He's never going to be number two. And he shot down that speculation, telling reporters on Air Force One on his way over to Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. They have great prospective candidates, and he picked the two guys that I think are the best right now, Marco Rubio and J.D. Vance. Marco Rubio has done, in my estimation, just remarkable work as the Secretary of State. He has. And I'm glad that he has, because he has delivered strong, forceful messaging from the United States. He's not the same guy we were interviewing back in 2016. I interviewed him a number of times. Not just then, but I'm comparing to the time I spoke to him in 2016 running for president. Not the same guy at all. He has matured. He has strengthened. He has become a force. J.D. Vance obviously growing into the job as vice president. But from where I stand, Marco Rubio probably the best choice. That's just my position now. That could change. We're 3 years plus of Donald Trump, still 1,180 days or something like that to go. So we'll look at that. Meanwhile, compare President Trump to the new prime minister in Canada, Mark Carney. Good Lord. Be glad we didn't get some progressive like this maniac in office. He is still while we are pursuing new energy policies, while we are pursuing deals with China and enforcing tariff deals, while all of this is going on and building, yes, a new 90,000 square foot addition to the White House, which will be spectacular. I mean, I do trust Donald Trump can build a spectacular building. I'm not a big fan of all the gold, but hey, I can go with it, right? But up north, they've got Mark Carney, and he is on a mission, I think, to destroy Canada. He wants this net zero thing even today, even with all the evidence of how stupid it is. It's his goal for Canada. Listen.
Some stress, and it's great that there is that. It's not great that it happens, but it's great that there's that scrutiny and there's that skepticism or healthy skepticism about ESG labels or sustainable labels. And that, again, is one of the reasons we're having this ruthless, relentless focus on net zero, because in the end, look, we can't stabilize the climate unless we get to net zero. And it's a simple, these are hard numbers. Your emissions are either A or B, they're going up or down. And if they're going down, are they going down consistent with the science? We anchor it in the science, the same science the UN and others use for the 1.5 degree objective.
The only thing he said there that was true is that we cannot stabilize the climate. That part's true. We are not God. We are not. There's but one of those. One. And that is beyond my pay grade. The idea that somehow net zero, we're going to stabilize the climate, please. Who do these people think they are? They're just radical socialists, and they're insane, as far as I can tell. And I believe that. Now, let's move on to the question of gerrymandering. North Carolina now moving forward. They're going to redraw their congressional districts, add a seat or two for the Republicans. Indiana has not made a decision yet, but they might. The bigger decision coming from the Supreme Court will be on the challenge by Louisiana against congressional districts based on race and race alone. It's not constitutional. It's illegal. It is. The Civil Rights Act of 1965, it runs afoul to that as well. And so the congressional districts are going to change. And by the way, Arnold Schwarzenegger, not a guy who likes Donald Trump, right? Former governor of California. He says this gerrymandering idea has been caused by the Democrats. He totally blows Jake Tapper out of the water over at Chicken Noodle News. Listen to this answer.
Do you believe that the Republican Party is starting this?
No, Jake. There has been gerrymandering going on for 200 years. There is such extreme gerrymandering going on that in a state like Massachusetts, it has like 40% of the people voting for Trump, they have 0 representatives. The Republican Party has 0 representatives sent to the House. Think about that. In New Mexico, if 45% of the people voted for Trump and voted Republican, and 0 is sent to the House, 0 representatives from the Republican Party. So there's gerrymandering, crazy gerrymandering going on all over the country, and we wanted to try to stop it in California, and we did stop it in California, and we went around the country. So I think this whole thing about finger pointing and saying they did it, so therefore we should doing it, that's not really the way to go. The one party should outperform the other party. It should be performance. And when it comes to midterm elections, as you know, always the party that is not in the White House usually wins by 20, 25, 30 seats. So what does 5 seats matter in the first place in Texas? It is crazy.
What does 5 seats in Texas matter anyway? It is crazy. And I did this for you before, but I'll do it for you again. Today in America, there are about 150 million Americans, New England, for example, and elsewhere, where places that vote 40% or better Republican have zero members of Congress. There's not a member of Congress that's a Republican from any state in New England, right? So when North Carolina says we're going to redraw, Missouri considering it as well, Indiana, I don't know what they're going to do there. They should do it. Any reason not to is dishonest. Look, the Democrats have gerrymandered the whole country. 150 million people with no Republican representation compared to about 55 million Americans with no Democrat representation. Okay? That's where we are. 3-1. So Democrats have gerrymandered, as the governor pointed out, for 200 years. There's been gerrymandering, 200 years. It's not like it's something new or interesting. It's something that's been here since the beginning of the Republic. Republic, not democracy. Republic. This part of the program brought to you by my good friends. I was at the Big House over the weekend. What a cool thing they did at the Big House over the weekend. All these youth football teams came in from all over the state to play in the Big House. It was great fun. My son's team played there. Beautiful. He had a couple of nice tackles and got to play some different positions. They played around with it a little bit. There was just a scrimmage, not really an actual football game. It was great. And I wore my muskox. Why? Because it's awesome this time of the year. GoMuskox.com for the very best flannel you will ever own. Double-brushed cotton, the best flannel every year since 2023 from Gear Junkie. There's no better shirt you're ever going to own. I can assure you. Muskox, an American company based in Detroit. All right, and you can save $15 with the promo code Gruber. How? GoMuskox.com. GoMuskox.com is the website. GoMuskox.com. Promo code Gruber, you're going to save $15 on a shirt that's not just a shirt, but more like a family heirloom. And if you're like me, your wife's going to steal it, and you'll have to buy another one. That's how good they are. Yeah, it's a jacket, it's a shirt, it's every day. GoMuskox.com. I'll be back.